Peace to you, peace to you, peace to you, and welcome. Got any early questions? Anything to say? Let's get it. I don't have to wait until everybody clicks on. And I never could find the link on my PC to this live video. I don't know why. You got two people coming. What's going on, people? What's going on? Peace and love, peace and love. I'm trying to bring up my PC screen so I can read the comments up here and talk down here. But I guess this slow behind computer will wait. Hey, peace, peace, peace. Welcome. As promised, I'm back in front of you. 6 p.m. Well, yep, 6 p.m. Tuesday. Let's get busy. What do you want to know? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want me to touch on? Disclaimer. If I have not done it personally, if I do not have firsthand experience, I probably will not be putting it out or talking about it on this live. All my videos that I put out, and you can go in my archives, everything that I speak of, I've personally touched or personally done. So I have experience in it. If I don't have experience in it, I'm not one to push it and make you guys believe that I've done it, or that's not me. If I have no, like mortgages, the person asked me about mortgages the last time we was on this chat. I have no experiences in mortgages. So I'm not even gonna go there and lead you on to believe I have any dealings with mortgages. I have documentation. I have studies. I have study material on mortgages, but I have not personally done a process for mortgages. So I'm only going to talk about things that I've actually done, and I'll let you know if I've done it or not. So let's go, people. Let's go. Let me light my cigar so I can get a little comfy, cozy. Get ready for the onslaught. I believe a few guests is going to come on here and put me to the test, put my knowledge base to the test. I'm here for it. That's why I go live. Can't run. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Can you guys hear me well? Give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me well, give me a thumbs up. The camera's not crooked this time. I was trying to get a panoramic view. It's better to see what's going on in the background, but we'll keep it like this for a good while. If you can hear me well, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not giving any thumbs up, I guess that means you can't hear me. I'm gonna need one of my bottles. 3 people on. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Sound check, sound check, sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. What's going on over here? Get that out the way. No one's talking. No one's questioning. No one's giving me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can't hear me, give me a thumbs down. Peace, Brother Leah. Peace, peace. Brother Leah, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Blessings, blessings. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hit me with these questions, my people. Unless, tell me right here, you just want me to go off the cuff. And I'll just go off the cuff. I'd rather work with some questions from things that you guys or issues that you guys have so I can help work it out. But if y'all just want me to spit, I'll find some shit to talk about. But I'm here for you guys. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about. I'm trying to pull up my video so I can follow along. What are your thoughts on the election to me, Laird? All right. My thoughts on the election is I think everybody should vote for my wife. My wife's name ain't Kamala. My wife's name is Francine. If I peace, Mr. Randall L. If I state my beliefs, that may turn a lot of people off. It may enthusiastically encourage others. But you know what? By the end of this video, I'll let you know. Or if you stick around to the end, I'll let you know exactly where I stand politically. I don't like to get into political conversations unless, you know, we're sitting around, we're watching the game, having a few drinks, having some cigars, and it's in a comfortable, non-combative environment because politics can get ugly, ugly. Case in point, my mother and I have been texting back and forth. And that's my mother. I'm going to be respectful, but I do not subscribe to her political views. And because of what I'm going to call, respectfully, some serious programming, a lot of people believe the end of the world is here. And if we don't do this, life as we know it is about to end. What we got? All right, King, we can talk behind the scenes. No doubt. No doubt. We can talk behind the scenes on later on. Like, you know what? I plan to end this video in an hour. I want to engage my viewers, see how many people I get. If we don't get no more than, let's say, 10, we can talk about what you want to talk about, get on off out of here. If we get a lot more people in here and it's engaging and people are actually, you know, giving and taking, I might stay a little longer. But I'm trying to gauge the viewership and see who wants this platform or just me talking to myself on the screen, editing that son of a gun. That's my my Achilles heel. Editing these videos, man. If I didn't have to edit them and just put them out raw like that, I'll put them out every week, every day if you want. Cause I got a lot of information, but I'm tired of editing, man. I'm tired of it. Tired of it. Oh no, the end of their world is here. Let me say this though. I am not registered. I am not a voter. I don't think I will ever be a voter. I'm on the private side. I'm separate from that system. However, if I was in the United States system, I'll tell you later who I would select as my choice and why. What we got? What we got? Freetown Lee. I don't remember what I said that you agree with, brother, but I'm glad you agree. I guess it had to do with politics. Don't want to get involved with it. Neither. You ain't a registered voter either, brother. That's why we vibe, brother. That's why we vibe. Actually, I'll tell you like this. The Electoral College needs to be abolished before I become a voter again. Because technically, we're supposed to be electors, not voters. All this hogwash about we have to register to do our civic duty, hogwash. Hogwash. We don't have to do that. Just like I'm supposed to be able to openly carry constitutional carry states. So I don't need no permission to carry. I don't need no permission to vote. I'll have to register. So my opinions, we'll get on that another time because politics is a little tricky. Oh, what do you mean you're not registered to vote? We need you. We need you. This party needs your vote. Your vote counts. Our people died for the right to vote. I said I was gonna talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. What else, brothers? If we got any sisters on here, forgive me for just saying brothers. But all I see at this moment are brothers. But on the replay, there's gonna be some sisters. So let me just be neutral. Brothers and sisters, where are we going? Where would you like me to take you today? What you want to know about? What you like to hear about? Give me questions. Matter of fact, here, civics, Second Amendment, private info, public and private, like private information or the private side, and why I'm not actually registered to vote. That's the private side. Discharge, credit repair, magic, business formation, taxes, trust. The last video, somebody said that they wanted to get some more in depth about trusts, and I reached back out to the brother and asked him what exactly did he want to learn or know about trust. So these are the topics that I really delve in on a regular basis. So if any of that interests you, you have any questions on any of that stuff, let's go. Comments, let's go. No, I'm not. No, I don't want to talk about Diddy. No, seriously. I mean, there's a lot of people that reach out to me that have a lot of questions. They send me texts, emails, but this is an open forum where you can ask me directly and I can answer it directly. And you could be the only one asking questions. I'll answer everything you ask me. And crickets. Crickets. Yeah, I gotta, and those that want to reach out to me on the private side that have private issues. If you want me to discuss it here, I will. If what can't be discussed publicly, I'll tread lightly. But I'm open to discuss just about anything right now. Let me know. I mean, I'll let y'all know what I can and I can't go in detail on. Law 2A. New York is drastically changing. They're trying to throw everything they can to stick or to make their little bullshit laws stick. How could I put it? If you have not already went and got your paperwork to apply for your carry permit, they're going to make you jump through a lot of hurdles right now. It's better to have your application in now because when they start going through them and the backlog is going to be ridiculous, you'll be one of the ones that's going to be on that list to actually get them. If you have any law enforcement or public safety background, make sure you put that in your application. You guys are going to get pushed to the head of the pile. And why do I say that? What gives me the right or the information to put that out there? New York is one of those states where they will do anything and everything to keep you from being armed. However, they have to show that they are being compliant with the laws. And who of the two groups to give it to? Convicted felons and those questionable people, or public safety officials, or someone that has security experience. We trust them more than we trust them. So if these people are applying, believe me, their things are going to get pushed through faster. So if you have any of that public safety, security experience, by all means, put your application in. They're gonna have to approve it anyway. They have to have a reason to deny it. But if your application is in and you have no issues, what's the word for it? You can't be a prohibited person. As long as you're not a prohibited person. That's like out here in PA. Anybody can open carry out here. It can't be concealed. It has to be out in the open. Anyone except a prohibited person. So if you have domestic violence issues, if you are a felon or these things, chances of the law enforcement officers pulling you over and questioning your open carry slim to none. But in the event that they do and you are a prohibited person, it's going to jam you up bad. It's going to jam you up bad. So do not be a prohibited person. What is a prohibited person? Google, Second Amendment, prohibited person. If my PC was connected to the screen, I could actually put it up on the screen and show you all these definitions and stuff like that. The next live I do, don't know a day yet, y'all let me know. All the people that's chiming in, let me know when y'all want me to go live again and the time frame. And I'll work it out. I actually have it connected to my PC so I can superimpose the screen and show you exactly my file cases, my folders, the information that I have, the books that I have, the discharge documents. I got a lot of stuff that I would love to show, but I'm working out the kinks of actually putting it onto the PC. Scroll down. Archie Bunker, welcome. How is the age of majority process done? The age of majority process is done by authenticating your birth certificate. Why is authentication of your birth certificate necessary? And the law, do my law book right here? It actually is. My law book is right here. But see, I hate doing crazy mess like this because I got to bring the book to the screen, and I'd rather have another screen here that I can actually show you this documentation. Let me move some stuff out of the way so I can grab my Black's Law Dictionary. Gotta move some shit. Get my Black's Law Dictionary hidden back here. Okay. Age of majority. Let's do majority. And I'll have all this on my website, budbrownsville.com. Actually, I need to put up a link so you can go to, or no, if you go to budbrownsville.com and you scroll down, it'll take you to a link that said Bud's original page or original page. We're going for majority. Come on, majority. I wish I had these questions in advance. I could have prepared all this stuff, but let's do it in front of you. Majority. The full age, legal age at which a person is no longer a minor. The age at which, by law, a person is entitled to the management of his own affairs and to the enjoyment of civic rights. The opposite of minority. Also, the status of a person who is an adult in age. Never once in this definition did you hear 18, 21, they didn't tell your age. So in law, I happen to be a paralegal, a certificate carrying paralegal. The next step, I should be finished by June, the advanced course in paralegal, and I can be considered I want to refrain from saying licensed paralegal, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm going to that's why I'm explaining a little bit of law to you. Do not add anything to what you just read. What you read is what is there. Do not add to it. Do not take away. So it never mentioned a number. So when you say, you got to be 18 to vote, that's a local law, not a community. That's like a state law, local law. I can't get the other one in my mind. But that's not the society is accustomed to using a number to reference that definition. Some places it's 18, some places it's 21. Other countries it may be 16. So you want to become a full legal age. How do you do that? You do that by authenticating your birth certificate, because when you authenticate your birth certificate, you are getting an exact replica of that document that is on file with the Department of Health. You're also going to attach a, you can either call it a affidavit of ownership. I call it a declaration of allodial. You are going to make a statement in your affidavit that you are no longer a minor. You have joined the age of majority and you are able to handle your affairs. By definition, again, what happens when a person obtains the age of majority? What does it say here? An age in which a person is no longer a minor. I'm not a minor anymore. This is what you're going to state in your affidavit. You're entitled to manage your own affairs. I'm able. I'm willing, able. I am knowledgeable. What's the other word for it? I have the capacity to handle my own affairs. You're putting all of this in your documentation. It's an affidavit. It's a statement of facts that you're going to sign. You're putting all of this stuff down, stating that you have now joined the age of majority. The burden is on them to prove that you have not. They are going to presume and assume that you are a minor, that everyone that is around you, your children, you, your neighbor, your pastor, everybody's a minor in law. They're assuming and presuming that we all minors. How do you prove that you are able to handle your own affairs? With documentation. I hope I did that a little bit of justice. Did I answer your question? If I didn't, come back and let me try again. What we got here? I looked up majority. We don't have to look up minor. What's another definition we can do? We did minor. Oh, we did majority. It's the opposite of minor. That's it until we get another question on that. It's a Black's Law Dictionary. This is the 5th edition. And mind you, I have every edition. 5 of them are digital. Digital files. If you want a copy, let me know. I can send you to the link to download it. What else we got? We had 9. We down to 5. Come on, y'all. I don't want to bore the hell out of y'all. I don't. I don't. Now, see, this is number 2. And I'm getting a little bit of feedback, but I'm gauging how this is working. If I get a lot of questions, that means I am feeling a need. If I'm getting crickets like I'm getting now, it's like, okay, you guys want me to just sit here and talk and bring up some topics. However, if I start talking about locksmithing, I may lose half of you guys. If I go talk about Second Amendment, I may lose 2 of you guys. If I start talking about politics, I may get all you guys in here for a short time, but then politics will be over, or the election will be over tonight. And then I need to know what you guys want me to talk about. What about the registrar for recording it for memorial? What about the registrar for recording it for memorial? The question or the manner in which you're asking the questions, I don't want to say it's giving me pause, but on the private side, on the true private side, we do not register our documents. It is not necessary to put it on the record until you have an issue. The less that they know about you, the better. When you do the authentication process and you send your birth certificate to the federal state to actually get that seal, they're making a notation that you've done that. So they know, oh. You do not put your documents on public record until there is a public need to do so. Private side, private stuff. You gather up all your documentation on the private side, stick it away in your safe, Make sure you have a backup copy of it in case of fire, flood, or theft. But that is your proof that when and if you need to take it to court, when and if you have to make a claim, defend yourself, protect yourself. Otherwise, your private documents is your private business. It does not have to be registered. If you choose to record it and register it, that's a different story. But it does not have to be recorded. I hope that answers your question. What we got? We got 26 minutes in, and we got a couple of good questions, but I'm looking for a lot more. I was sitting here ready all week to go in on these questions, and they're not coming. I'm a little disappointed. I got to say it. Like, what do y'all need? What do y'all need? What do y'all want? Where y'all trying to go? What you want to do? Ashe, and you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Keep the questions coming. There's something else that you want to bring up? I didn't even add in this list child support. All of these topics that I mentioned earlier, and you can go back in the video and replay it. All of these things I have experience in. I've helped several people with child support, all successful. Credit repair, taxes, all of these different topics. Discharging debt examples. Let's start from the beginning. I was taking my son to school upstate New York and got pulled over. And no, I'm sorry. That's a separate one. I was leaving a funeral and I had my cousin and her children, along with my children, in the vehicle. So we had a lot of underage children in the car, no seatbelts and no car seats. There's this one cop on Broadway in Bushwick, Brownsville, that drives up and down that patrol area, and he's pulling over everybody. He, in particular, pulled me over twice, gave me 2 warnings. You failed the signal. He finds shit to write you up for. But tall, skinny guy. But anyway, so this particular time he caught me. All the kids in there, no tents on my windows. You can clearly see we were huddled up. There's a lot of kids in the back. And he's like, yeah, I got to write you a ticket. So he gave me 2 tickets for the 2 kids in the back. It was more than 2, but he gave me 2 and gave me a ticket for something else. Can't remember, but anyway, those tickets stuck. So I got an accumulation of points at one particular time, which raised it along. And when you get a certain amount of points at one time, you have to pay this fine. It's a driver assessment, some kind of driver assessment. Fine. What it was is over the next 3 years, I think it was, I had to pay $100. The numbers is leaving me. Let's just say for argument's sake, it was $100 a year. It's $300, $100 a year, argument's sake. So this is when I just got into the process, and I just did the debt discharge webinar in Brownsville. I sent them in a payment. I sent them in a coupon. I sent a process in. Waited a month or 2 months. Check. Like, you can go online and see what you owe. It was $300, but they tell you have to pay over time. All it's due right now is $100. Fine. Sent the process in. I waited about a month or 2. Went back. Zero balance. Still owe $200, but a zero balance for what I owe for that year. And it's every year I got to pay $100. Okay? Next year, send me another driver assessment. The hell? Okay, that's right. Forgot I had to pay this fine. I sent them another private paper. Waited another month. I made it a month this time. Zero. I owe $100 left. I was like, wait a minute. I might as well pay that now. I sent another process for it, zeroed it out. So the checks that I wrote, and see, if I had these questions asked in in advance, I could have had this documentation, or if my computer was hooked up, I could show y'all actually the documentation. The checks that I wrote was not off a bank account. The checks was written off of, and they were money orders. They were off check stock. They had particular wording on the check that correlates with what they understand. My image is in the corner of the check. Reason I put my image in the corner of the check is, and on the private side, you can't kill, injure, and defraud. Kill, injure, or defraud. That's the only 3 times when law enforcement is really supposed to interact with a private person. Other than that, leave us alone. We should have no interaction. Someone probably mugged me, robbed me, broke in my house. Other than that, kill, injure, or defraud. So if my image is on a document that I'm submitting to discharge a debt, to offset a debt, my signature, not fraud, I'm not hiding. So it went through all 3 times. It cleared up that little bit of finances, $300. It wasn't $16,000, it wasn't $4 million. But in my mind, if that $300 goes through, what else could go through? Subsequently, I went and tried to do a utility bill. It was PSE&G, and tried to do a Verizon bill. Bounce right back. Had I had the knowledge I have now, then they would have went through, probably with a little kickback, but subsequently went through. You have to follow through. You have to do your administrative process. Sometimes you don't have to. If your paperwork is right when you send it in and it hits at the right time, it's going to go through. If it reaches the wrong desk, or somebody has an attitude, or somebody don't like you, whatever, or they're not familiar with what you sent them, they're going to give you a little pushback. But as long as your pen game is right and you are consistent and you are on your game, it'll go through. But you have to, the wording has to be not precise. You have to be talking their language. You have to be talking their language. They only understand their language. They only want to deal with their language. That's like somebody coming here and talking to you in Spanish. Blah, 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 and you're looking like, if you're not talking their language, they're just going to dismiss you, push you aside. You got to talk their language. Examples, I can go in my safe and go run and go grab some stuff, but that's not going to be fruitful. What I can do is, I can, next video, I'll have it on hand. So discharge, I'm going to have discharge proof. I'm going to put proof. I'm just going to show you the documentation that I sent through that work. I'll even show you worded it. It was past it. The wording is still good. I'll show you exactly what I did. And you can go on and do it yourself too. Especially if you have the driver responsibility assessment for New York. Driver responsibility assessment for New York, and I think it's a similar, like a parent or similar in Jersey, because I had the responsibility in New York. It transferred over to New Jersey when I transferred my license over, so I had to pay Jersey. It went through. My original debt or original issue was with New York. New Jersey picked it up. New Jersey accepted it all 3 times. Trust bank account. Do you have any experience in that setup? I'm a trustee for 2 accounts. Trust bank accounts is very, very tricky. Very, very tricky. I have a partnership that I was attempting to open up a trust account for. I have a gun trust I was attempting to open up the account for. But because of the officers' lack of credentials, it didn't survive the muster. Let me speak in layman's terms. Some of my persons are paper. Some of my persons, because a person could be a company, a natural person, a business, an entity. Some of my persons are paper. So when you attempt to open up a bank account and that person has an EIN or ITIN, not a social, they get a little nervous. And I have no experience with this bank. I have experience with these two banks, but I was trying to expand to these banks. The other banks, one, I had to use my ens legis, irrevocable trust. I had to use my ens legis. But once you develop that relationship with the bank, the sky's the limit. Once you develop that relationship with the bank, the sky is the limit. I hope I answered that. I did a lot of talking, especially with the individuals or the person that's paper. I can tread a little bit. I don't want to raise any alarms. Let me go back to this would actually be for the estate property sale. So you're trying to open up a trust account for the estate. Is that what you're trying to do? Trust bank account. Personally, I want to say thank you for the brother. Thank you for participating. Thank you for asking the questions. I thank you for acknowledging me. I thank you for the accolades. Appreciate you as well. That's brother Freetown L or sister. Excuse me if that's a sister, brother or sister Freetown Ali. This would actually be for the state property sale. Why not get an estate? Well, there is a charge called wrongly influencing. What's the something a minor. I can't get it out of my head, but why I'm saying this is some of the people that are watching this video could be minors, although they're adults. And charges could be raised if I am giving minors information that only adults are supposed to have. Or, I'm sorry, only majority is supposed to have. So you have to tread lightly. Bad influence of a minor. Of course, these words never come to me when I go live or go video. I'll text you. Yeah, email me, and I can walk you through that. If it's for an estate property sale, and even with that, is it irrevocable? Is it revocable? There's a few questions that I will have to ask, because if you did a revocable, a lot of banks don't really want to deal with that. Irrevocable, they're more apt to do it. Why? This financier at a bank kind of broke it down, whereas it's a trust factor. If you are allowing the bank to be a trustee, if you're allowing the bank to see some, like not the bank, like the officer or the person in charge of setting up the account. If you bring your indenture and you allow him to some degree to look over some of your indenture, and he can see that this is actually a viable thing, he warms up to you. You don't have to show them everything, and this is still private. You don't have to actually show them but so much. But if you're trying to open up that account, you have to establish a relationship. And there are things you can have a redacted copy. You can redact a lot of information to show them, and like this is showing us the signature page, show them the beneficiaries. You don't have to show all the benefits. You got to show at least one. Um, but you can redact a lot of information. But you're going to establish that relationship, and even then, the banker will tell you what you need to do to be successful at their establishment. Every place is different. When I walked into this place, it was quick and easy. When I went to this place, they gave me pushback, even though I was using my Legis. So every bank is different, and um, credit unions is the toughest, in my opinion. Credit unions is the toughest because of the benefit of using a credit union. They give more money. They allow you to do more things. Uh Irrevocable. Okay, yeah. Talk to the banker. Talk to the banker. If you already have an account at a bank, go to that bank and speak to the accounts manager and tell them what you want to do, and ask them to give you some advice on what to do. We can have a conversation before you go, and I almost guarantee it's gonna mimic what I'm telling you. I've been through this quite a few times. So you're gonna have to establish that relationship, and they may even have to send it to legal to get legal to check off on it. Sometimes legal is their supervisor. Oh, we got to send this to legal, and they send an email to the next. What do you think about this? Because they don't want to make the decision. They both kind of make the decision. Oh yeah, you looked at this. Oh yeah, that looks right to you. It's like, and I was questioning this. Oh, well, this is fine. All right, yeah, it looks good. Oh no, I don't know about this. Or I don't know about that. Sometimes they don't sit. They don't have no lawyer to actually send these documents to prove. You know. Anyway, unless it's the risk manager, they do have a risk manager that. See, it also depends on what kind of trust that you're opening up. There are some trusts. There are some trusts that will allow you to more easily discharge debt. They're not apt to let everybody open these accounts. You got to have a relationship with your bank. Uh, but we have to know the language. You have to know the language. You have to know the language for sure. You got to know the language for sure. On my website, budbrownsville.com. If you go down, it says Bud's. Let me tell you exactly what it says. Bud's old page or former site. Tell you exactly what it says. budbrownsville.com. If you go on the site and you scroll down to Bud's original site, right below the firearm training page, right below the firearm training page, which that firearm training page is coming down maybe today or tomorrow. Bud's original site. When you click Bud's original site, inside there you can either go to words you should know. Where was that link at? When you scroll down below, and I got to take out that Bitcoin information, words you should know. Click that link. It's a bunch of words. It's legal words and legal definitions. The legal words are going to take you to the Black's Law definition of those words. It helps you understand the language that these people are speaking that we're not, and why they're ignoring us or ignoring our processes for those that are doing processes. You have to go to the top, not the low level functioning. Facts. But a lot of times, if you go to the accounts manager, the one that actually opens up the accounts, they have somewhat a lot of say or a good amount of say on opening these accounts. Except when it comes to a trust account, they have to go to their superiors to get kind of an approval. But yeah, like in my experience, don't deal with the peons. You deal with the peons' bosses. So if I have to deal with an issue with let's say a utility company, I'll call up and immediately want to speak to accounts payable, accounts receivable, or I want to speak to a supervisor when I get on that phone. Because I don't want to tell the first line what I need to say and then repeat it to the second and third and fourth. No, no. I have an issue that needs to be resolved. Da, 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 da. I've emailed. I'm just following up email. You want to deal with the bosses. Bosses deal with bosses. Don't deal with the front line. It's similar to when you get pulled over. You don't want to tell them that you're private. You don't need to be stopping me. I'm above being stopped. And you don't want to have these conversations with the low level or the low hanging fruit. They're not going to understand nothing. Oh, you're a sovereign citizen. Oh, you're one of those. Oh, you're above the law. Oh, no. You deal with them as you want to be dealt with. Treat them with respect. If they're going to give you a ticket, they're going to give you a ticket. If they're going to give you a warning, they're going to give you a warning. You ain't got to be nasty to the low level. Just carry yourself accordingly. Hopefully your paperwork is preceding you. And if you do get some kind of paperwork, some summons, say thank you. Thank you for that gift. It's going to, cause me a little bit of work to get rid of. But if your paperwork is in order, it's going to be a gift. It's going to be a gift. Greetings. Greetings to those that are just joining. The banks are the man to the treasury. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And the Internal Revenue Service. They're your go-to. Or they're your go-between. When you do your processes, because everything's a credit. Everything's a credit. And when you send that process to whomever you send it to, oftentimes they're going to process it through their bank. The bank has a direct relationship with the IRS and the Treasury. And depending on what you send them, it's going to go one of three ways. It's going to go in the garbage, or it's going to go to the Treasury, or it's going to go to the IRS. It's eventually going to make it to the Treasury. The Treasury is the last line. The Treasury pays, he who holds the money pays the bills. The IRS is the bookkeeper, the tax preparer. They are the accountants for the Treasury. So he who owes the money pays the bill. My fiduciary, can't get the document name right now, 1050 Form 56. I've listed the Secretary of the Treasurer as my fiduciary. Why? Because he who has the money pays the bills. I'm not responsible for that entity that they created. I shouldn't have to be responsible for the entity that they created. If you don't know that they're making you responsible for the entity that they created, and you're paying all the bills and the fines and the extra things on it, that's on you. With knowledge comes power. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. I don't want to go through but when you know that you are not responsible for that entity that you did not create, you can take control of it. You don't want to have ownership. You want to have control of it. Everything is about own nothing, but control everything. So I branched off from the Treasury or the banks being a middleman to the Treasury. Absolutely. Absolutely. The Treasury is a last line. They pay the bills. And the IRS is not an enemy. The IRS is not an enemy. The IRS is not in my pocket. I do not pay federal taxes legally, lawfully. And we have an understanding. We have an agreement. They know who I am. I know who they are. I know who I'm not. When you know these things, you know how to work with, and they take care of the things that I send in for them. If I owe them anything, believe me, they would be taken off the top. If I owed them anything, maybe I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be like Wesley Snipes. I am not hiding. I have a lot of clearance because of the steps that I've taken in my life. So they know who I am. I'm not hiding, and I'm operating privately in their system, lawfully and legally, and everybody else can do the same. Any other questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? We 50 minutes in. Um, did I miss anything? Gotten the same thing. Yes, sir. Da 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 da. That's it. I am gonna stick it out for another 10 minutes, my brothers and my sisters, my family. I'm hoping that these questions come more swiftly, more quickly, because time is valuable. I must say that time is valuable. I'm taking time out of my busy schedule where I could be smoking my cigars, studying, completing my books, playing with my grandbaby, but I choose to come before you and help you guys out with what you need taken care of without charging you. So this is the time where y'all should be throwing everything at me. I should not be able to read through everything that's on this list because y'all hit me with everything. But I'm not getting the response that I actually was looking for. So do I spend this time doing this? We'll see. I might give it another shot, but I do have 6 beautiful independent, beautiful individuals that are listening and watching. I appreciate you for spending your time here. I do. If you would like me to just speak off the cuff about these topics, different topics, say so. If you have something that you can't think of, say so. Give me some feedback. Let me know I'm not talking to myself. Who's out there? Bless you for being here, but don't be a stick in the mud and hiding out and peeking in like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Let me know you're there. Let me know I can't think of it right now. Maybe next one. Or what is the best time to come back and do another live? Should I do it on another Tuesday, 6 p.m.? Is this a good time for you guys? Because selfishly, I am trying to ramp up my viewership so I can go back to being monetized by YouTube. And I'd rather be getting paid by them than charging you. So if you come and we engage, that's going to up my viewership. It's going to up my likes and what have you. You're going to get the information you need. I'm not charging you. I'm not looking for no donation, although my cash app is $Bud Brownsville. If you want to be so nice, $Bud Brownsville. That's not me begging. There are some people that are generous. I'm not going to turn down a gift or love offering at all. But I'm out here helping you free of charge. Let me know what you want to talk about. I'm here for you. And this is my time. I could be using this time to do anything else. You could be doing anything else, but you're here. I'm glad you're here. But let me help you with something while you are here. So I'm going to run down some topics again. One of these may stick out to you. But civics, Second Amendment, private information, discharge, credit repair, magic, business formation, taxes, trust. If any of that sticks out to you, cigars. Any of that sticks out to you, you want to have a conversation about it? Health, herbs, and natural remedies. I got you. Let's talk. Sidebar. Do you guys know I'm a hostage negotiator? Real shit. I'm a hostage negotiator for the Department of Corrections. Am I bragging? Fuck no. I have a lot of things that I do. I have a lot of hats that I wear. And I have a lot of different skill sets. And someone needed some questions asked and was blown away that I'm like, you can apply. You know the Department of Corrections is hiring, right? It's not that boogie of a job. Oh, I don't want to do that. It's not as bad as you think. Apply. And you too can get all these free trainings, CPR, defensive driving, OC. There's a lot of trainings that you can take free of charge. You can become an instructor. I'm an instructor. You can instruct on first aid, CPR, cuts and how to stop bleeding, OC. Listen, 5 minutes. 5 minutes and counting. Family, I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for stopping by. I thank you for those that left a comment. I thank you for those that are subscribers that came and see what I was doing. I thank you for the visitors, first time visitors. I thank you for returning visitors. I thank each and every one of you for taking the time out to listen to what I got to say or even ask a question. And we just going down 4 minutes and 15 seconds left for you to ask me anything or discuss anything. And I'm here for you. What do you want me to talk about? Again, if you just want me to get on this live and just talk, and my talking will then premise you or draw you in to ask a question about the stuff that I'm talking about, we can do that too. I know other content creators that all they do is talk. They bring up a topic and they talk, 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 talk. Then they open up the floor for questions of different things, and people question them about nothing that they just talked about. They question about everything else. So I am trying to save the time of me wasting my breath, or I almost say wasting my breath, but speaking about a topic that I may enjoy, that you may not enjoy, or vice versa, when I can speak about what you, right now, if you chimed in right now, left me a comment about something you want to talk about, the other 5 people would have to listen because you asked the question. I'm talking directly to you. What do you want to know about? What do you want to hear about? What you want me to speak about? I can talk directly to you about an issue, and you can even say, yeah, my cousin has this problem. It ain't me, my cousin, whoever. Or I would like to know about this. Fine. Give me the topic, give me the subject, let me speak on it, let me break it down. And if it's something that I have personal experience with, I can give you a wealth of knowledge on it. If I've never done it, I can't, I won't. But I've done a lot in my 52 years, going on 53 in March. That cherry ain't as red as it should be. I know quite a bit about cigars too, if that's something that you guys are interested in. And I guess I was speaking to myself. We have a lot of people here that are just sitting here watching the goings-ons. Maybe they're trying to put their message up, can't do it, whatever reasons, they're having technical difficulties. I hope you guys can still hear me. Is it still green? Is it still green? Ladies and gentlemen, again, I thank you for your time. I thank you for stopping by. I hope I answered to the best of my ability, or I hope I answered the questions that you asked to the best of my ability, and it was sufficient. If there are any follow-up questions to that, do it here, or you can do it on the page once this gets posted. The comments will not be disabled. All the comments will remain, even the timeline of the comments that was already asked. But we're less than 2 minutes left. If we had some more comments, I could keep going. But it seems like nobody wants to talk, which is okay. It happens. It's election night. People got other things to do. So you all are appreciated. If there is nothing else, I'm going to bid a farewell. Peace and blessings. Grace and peace. And please teach somebody in your inner circle, your exterior circle, something that you've learned. Give someone a word of encouragement, a helping hand. Each one should be helping one. Can't be selfish with this information, which is why a lot of us are in the predicament that we're in, because someone didn't share some things with us when they could have and they didn't. So I go above and beyond to share what I know with as many people. Not everybody's like me. It's okay. Thought that was a comment, but it's not. And my time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, be well.